Let's make the nation that was incompetent in both world wars an empire. Yeah, it's kind of funny. They even lost to Ethiopia in 1895. They almost lost to Greece later. Like, they got invaded by Austria-Hungary, like, literally a country that was on the verge of collapse and could barely function itself and was incompetent. Okay, Italy, ready to make your empire? After I just roasted you? Because I think it's great that you exist. With Italy landing. Not great. Resistance is felt. And wow. They move in, quickly capturing the northern part of the country, while they launch a landing in the south. As they take the opportunity to take the city of Tunis. And while Tunisia has fallen, now they have a foothold in Africa. And while they don't have anything else to do right now, they decide to take over this area. With Greece and France moving closer together. Italy doesn't really care. They land in Albania. And well, they quickly lead it to success. Albania has fallen. They're in the Balkans, they're in North Africa, they're everywhere. With them going to war with Croatia and Slovenia. And Bosnia is sending aid along with Serbia to stop this. With this falling, and while they commit war crimes copying Milosevic. Oh wait, I know another war criminal. Oh wait, I can't say it, I'll lose viewings. Also, I'm trying something new. I'll tell you that at the end. A new thing with this channel. To see if it works, and I'm trying it for till the end of the month. If it doesn't, well, I'm going back to what it was. Stay till the end to see the channel announcement. With them setting off their invasion of Kosovo, so Serbia declares war on them. Yes, doesn't very work because Serbia thinks it's theirs. So Serbia getting invaded by two fronts. Well, the southern front moves in to take the city of Nis, and the northern front moves south to take Belgrade. With this front collapsing. With Serbia resisting it, but it was a failure. With Serbia losing land to the Croatian puppet. Thus, like this. And Italy takes these lands. And puppets the rest of Serbia, too. They're now having two puppets, which makes them very strong. Very, very, very strong. Which now the other Balkan nations are regretting not joining. So 3 of them form a coalition to drive Italy out. With Bulgaria, Northern Macedonia, Bulgaria. Then we have Montenegro and Bosnia all declare war. With Italy being drove out in the north. With Italy being drove right back. And out of Slovenia. And the Croatian puppet state needing to change its borders. I can't stand the look of them. With Bulgaria invading southern Serbia. And with Italy starting to get kicked out of Albania, the Italian Balkans. With the Croatian puppet and the Serbian puppet falling. Well, Italy is pushed out of Albania almost. This is important. Almost is a very important thing. For in a few minutes. And guess what? They invade the rest of Albania. Yes. And they move in across and they start attacking to re-liberate Croatia. With the Balkan front advancing rapidly. With the Balkan nations being shocked to see how fast Bosnia collapses. And Montenegro collapses. Along with Northern Macedonia. With a lengthy war now about to begin with Bulgaria. with them quickly moving in to liberate this area. Why do I say a lengthy war? Well, Bulgaria pushes them back, with them going against their strongest foe thus far. Eventually, they start to overcome it, with the capital of Bulgaria, Sofia, falling, and then they move deeper. With Bulgaria launching an attempt to take it back, they launch the south, they manage to advance, and they start coming up north to get them caught away from the city, but an encirclement happens, and thus Bulgaria's army starts to collapse. And well, let's see the peace treaty. Retaking of the Holy Land after they took a bunch of Balkan land. They fixed the borders of these nations, make them better, which I think it worked, kinda. And Bulgaria became a puppet, losing all of its southern land. All of northern Macedonia was annexed, all of Montenegro. Huge swath of Bosnia was annexed. And well, Serbia got some parts along with Croatia, and Croatia and Serbia had their borders fixed. Well, let's take back the Holy Land. And yes, Italy means the Holy Land. Yes, this is what they're considering the Holy Land. I guess we do need to make the Holy Land Catholic again, because maybe that will make them stop fighting. Or it'll just make it worse. Who knows? Or, here's a radical idea. Why don't we just de-religionify it? With Israel collapsing, and all the people who were protesting for Palestine to take it over are mad because someone else does it. Because, let's be real, those protesters changed their ideology Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They changed their ideology more than I change shirts. Oh wait, I do that every day. They do that like twice a day. Yes, change shirts. A lot. The average person, I bet. Wait, maybe not. Average probably like 3 times. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's just say Darmkist falls. And I know it's not called that, but I think ending stuff with kist is a great idea with ist. Like communist, socialist, capitalist, feudalist, kingist, monarchist. Yes, I'm just going to add ist to everything. Japaneseist. Okay, that doesn't make sense. With them advancing rapidly to Aleppo. Why Aleppo? Who even knows anymore? With them kicking Jordan away from the coast, because, let's be real, Jordan doesn't need a coast. With Syria losing a huge swath of land. With them relaxing and puppeting them. With Egypt, Turkey, and a few other nations knowing their targets of this revanchist Italy. With them forming an alliance with a few nations, including Switzerland, Germany, Austria, Turkey, Libya, Greece, France, well, Algeria, and Romania. With these nations all declaring war. Yes, all in North Africa practically, and all of this. Well, who makes the first move? Egypt and Turkey. They both decide the first move needs to be a takeover of the Holy Land back. To re-Islamify it. Yes, that's evil. Evil. Bad. With them kicking Italy out of here. Out of there. And they're like, well, that was easy. Shockingly easy. Surprisingly. It's not like they're tricking us or anything. With Sicily falling, Italy is in a panic. Italy is in crisis after crisis after crisis. And Germany finally is like, yeah, I'm joining. I'm down to blow up some Italy. With Italy launching its first strike back, which is against Greece. Why Greece? With Greece being like, yeah, we'll defeat them easily. With Greece getting destroyed. With the Italians getting revenge for what happened the last time they tried. They are angry. They want revenge! And I had to scream that like that to give it emphasis. Also, I probably didn't need to say that. And while Turkey also gets attacked, while they turn around and attack Romania, quickly taking Bucharest, quickly knocking them out of the war. While the world watches in fear as the invasion of Turkey begins. With Turkey losing significant lands already. With France struggling to advance any further. Also, they do advance a bit more. This isn't where they were supposed to be. They're supposed to be here, near Genoa. How did I forget that was an important city? Anyways. As they take over French Corsica. Yeah, Corsica. Not French Corsica is not a colony, although it kinda is. Although then again, I need to read a socialist thing now. Ideology's changing soon. I'm going from an imperialist, feudalist. No, I'm kidding. Feudalism. Who wants to bring back feudalism? It sounds fun. I want to own a farm. That might be a joke. That might be real. I haven't decided. With the attack on Libya going really well. And so does the attack on Algeria. With Austria quickly being pulled out of the war through this advance alone, Austria surrenders. Germany can't recapture it. France fails to hold their lands out from the Italian invaders. The Italian invaders have had enough and they don't want anything else, and they're mad. They write France's name in blood on a mirror. Okay, that's a bit sketchy and maybe too graphic. As it becomes apparent that they're actually Israel. No, I'm kidding. Or are they? And that's what is called anti-Semiticness. And no, I'm not one. I'm not evil. Maybe I am. With Barcelona falling, this is a major defeat for Spain. With more defeats happening as they move towards Madrid. They're getting defeat after defeat. Madrid gets captured and they're at Portugal's border. And Portugal's like, Spain, you should surrender. With Spain still refusing, but then they realize, yeah, we have no way of being around. And now there's 3 birds walking across my lawn. I think I should send out my house cat. Oh, wait, I can't. I can't. She's an indoor cat. She's great. Yeah, just don't tell it to the table. Well, yeah. No blood on my hands. Well, maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. Maybe there is. Maybe I'm evil. You don't know who I am. No, I'm not evil, I swear. Although I think that's something an evil person would say. And then, let's advance to France. And we take Paris. Down with Paris. And the Paris workers rise up and create the French Commune. And everything is great. With France out of the war. Germany out of the war. Italy, don't make me. Oh, what will you do? Captures the Suez Canal, Cairo, and Alexandria in a day. Then they cross the Suez, and well, Egypt's out of the war. Without Egypt, it's up to Italy to get Libya out. With Italy not caring about over harsh treaties. With eventually this becomes the front. In Algiers, the battle breaks out of Algiers, and they quickly move in and capture Algiers. And then they move across Libya's coast. Then they move in and take Ankara, along with more northern parts of this. With Turkey ending up having to surrender because they lose. So let's see the peace treaty, and after the peace treaty, I'll give you the channel announcement. You have to wait. Let's see the peace treaty. It's been formed as they own the Mediterranean. They have formed Neo-Rome, basically. And well, they plan to expand into their puppets. What does that mean? Oh, they plan to take land from it and go to war if they refuse, with them annexing a tiny bit from Algeria. Most of Libya's north, Egypt's north, along with a bit here in the Sinai Peninsula. Then they annex parts of Turkey, which is well, the western side. And you can see they annexed the Straits. Bit of Anatolia, southern Anatolia. Well, they also annexed all of Greece, parts of Romania. Well, they gave Bulgaria a bit of land, only puppet to gain land in this war. Romania's a new puppet, Austria's a new puppet, France is a new puppet, Spain's a new puppet, Algeria, Libya, Egypt, Turkey. And while Germany, they took a bit of the south, along with all of Switzerland, most of Austria, a big chunk of southern France, and eastern Spain. And well, they dominate the Mediterranean now. All they have left, and they want complete domination, is to get rid of Morocco. And well, for the channel announcement, I decided the long videos will get this channel, while the shorts will be kicked to a new channel called Wild Mapper Shorts, which is at Wild Mapper Shorts. Because I think, since the shorts are so different from the videos, it's confusing the algorithm, and then people are getting recommended wrongly, which leads to people not really engaging with the videos, or it lowers views. But I'm going to try that and see what happens on June 1st. And that would be a bunch of days. And well, when that day comes, I will see if that was effective or if I'll continue with the status quo, which is both videos together. But I think it's causing problems with my YouTube channel, and that's why it's getting such low viewing hours and views compared to a year ago or more, because it started collapsing like a year ago, the amount of views I would get and engagement, which led the viewing hours being like 2,700, basically to getting, and then it dropped some more, dropped a bit more, dropped a bit more, dropped a bit more, dropped even more, which led to it being like 352 viewing hours now, which is pretty bad, if I have to say it. It's pretty bad, and the analytics haven't been that good lately. So I'll see. No, I'm just going to do till Friday, actually, and then see, because I think till Friday will be long enough that I'll have an effect. So let's see. And well, that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, and until you subscribe. Bye, guys!